Hey there, Ty. Just wondering if there's any update that you know of regarding PG and Kawhi, and also Pat, and if there's any plans for those guys to join you on this trip.
Oh, right now, just following the health and safety protocols is all I got. Sorry, Jamie.
Thanks.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jamie.
I know for those guys the health and safety protocols, but what about for Pat?
No timetable. Not sure right now.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Jamie. We'll go next to Law.
Hi, too. Hi, Ty. How's everything?
Good.
Dan Craig is on your staff this year, and I wanted to know how you envision the role of like a defensive coordinator in general, and how did Dan Craig specifically meet that vision, and how is it going so far?
I believe in it. That was my first role with Doc when I came to the Clippers, having a defensive role and defensive responsibility, but also learning in Boston from Tibbs and Lawrence. That's what I've seen. That's what I learned. So I do believe in it. I think it's very helpful for the head coach to focus on offense, things like that. But Dan Craig just being one of the highly regarded defensive minds in the game. The zone they had last year in Miami, being there for 17 years, and Miami's always been a great defensive team. Just thought it'd be a great combination. He's been great for us.
Thanks, Ty.
Thank you. We'll go next to Tomer.
Hey, Ty, how are you?
How you doing?
I'm doing well. The other day, Reggie talked about how you stay in communication with him, because he's gone from, not playing some games to starting some games. I'm curious, on your end, what is that communication like? Do you come to him before a game, during a practice, and say, hey, you might play more minutes here? What is that communication process like between you guys?
Just every day. I know it's tough, from a standpoint of when he comes in, he plays well. And just the team that we have right now, he's the odd man out when everyone's healthy. And even though he's played well for us, so it's tough. And I just want to be positive with him and just tell him to stay ready. And on days where he's going to play, I make sure I try to tell him the night before. And when I find out the day of the game, I try to make sure I tell him and let him know so he can prepare himself to be ready to play. So he's been great with that. I've been through it before. And it's a tough to be in. And he's been big for us.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go next to Miriam.
Hey, Ty, good to see you. To follow up on the last question about Dan, I mean, coming into, a building where he coached for 17 years, is that, do you think, has he mentioned like that's weird at all or different? And then also, is he able to kind of add any extra insight on your opponent tonight, considering his familiarity with them?
Yeah, DC. I'm trying to watch for DC to make sure he's going to be okay. Just coming to a place where you first started, been here for 17 years and winning championships, it's a different feel. Being in a different locker room, it's just different. So we got to keep an eye on him, make sure he don't cry, or make sure he's going to be okay. But he's been great so far, and he has insight on the team. But we still got to go out and play our style of basketball.
Thank you. We'll go next to Cam.
Hey, good afternoon, Coach. When you think about your opponent, or when you scouted your opponent, can you tell me what you think of your thoughts on Bam Adebayo and how he's developed in the few years that he's been in the league?
Yeah, just improves, I think, every year, like you said. Just going from a hustle player to a guy who plays defense, brings a lot of energy, to get a chance to start, to being an all-star, to being a max player. Every year he gets better and better. Having a post game, extending his shots at 15 foot to the mid-range area. And now I think next year his next step is going to be shooting the three ball. So he's a great passer. They run their offense through him at the top of the key, at the elbows, the post. So he just emerged as a great all-around player.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. We'll go next to Justin Russo.
Hey, Coach. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing well, sir. Thank you. First off, are you using the same starting lineup tonight as you did the other night?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And second, with Reggie's ability to push the ball up the floor in transition, are you looking for the offense to get into quicker sets and actions in order to maximize usage for everybody?
Yeah. I mean, we want to definitely push the pace. and play with the pace and get the ball off the floor, like you said, and get your early drags, early screenaways, and try to catch a defense off guard. We know they're going to play a lot of zone tonight, so we definitely want to make sure we play with more pace.
Thank you. We will go next to Tim Reynolds.
Hey, Ty, good to see you. I wanted to ask you, I know there's no fans in buildings, or not very many fans in most buildings, but there is no home court edge, it seems like, anymore this season. It's, even though people are at home and your buildings, your rims, all that, road teams are winning half the time. Does it surprise you that empty arenas has really completely eliminated what used to be a home court edge?
Yeah, I mean, I think it is different from a fan standpoint, but you still have to factor in the travel and flying to these cities and going to the arenas and different things like that. But fans do make a big difference. So as far as when the game starts, you have the right amount of energy from travel, and it's really no home court advantage.
Thanks, Ty.